What can I say about this game?
But I have many friends, and some of them are with me.
Probably currently I'd say it's among the top 10
An old woman gave us shelter, kept us hidden.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this for sure is in the top 10 games to own on PS4 or the new generation consoles, right? Because really, there's nothing good. There's nothing good on the new. Like, you can seriously have gone. Like, you can still not own a PS4 and Xbox One and not be missing out on anything. And I'm being straight up. I got my PS4 probably like, what, 6 months after it came out. And I was expecting to like be playing fucking gangster ass games. And all I've been playing is indie shit. All they gave us for free and keep releasing is just indie. This bullshit. Indie. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but like, I don't buy a $400, $300 console to play Steam shit. You know, I don't. Like, I got a computer for that. And then on Steam, those games are like $2, $3. So, honestly, you could still go without a PS4 today, and that's barely like barely right now. If you buy one right now, you'll get some good games. But like anything before like this, I guess you can call it holiday season, it's all garbage. Excuse me. Yeah, because this game is really good, but I mean, it hasn't been out for too long. It's not like it came out when the PS4 was out. So that's what I'm saying. Like, this is probably like one of the top 10 like must play on the new generation consoles, because everything else is lame. Like, Battlefront sucked. It really sucked unless you get the $140 or what is it, $180 like Ultimate Edition. But I mean, that's ridiculous. Think about it. Like, they're basically selling you the standard edition, which isn't really the game. It's not. That's not the game. That's really like, be honest with it. That is not the game. The full game is the one that's like $200, and that's ridiculous. It's like cheating people for their money. So it's not even worth buying the regular. And I don't buy anything like Ultimate or Crazy Edition because it's just bullshit. Like, they should give us everything, you know, from the beginning. Like, stop doing that. So I just don't buy it. You know, I don't really. I can't do anything about it in terms of like go over there to EA and knock on the door and say, "Hey, assholes, you guys are making shitty games." No, just don't buy it from them, and that's really the best you can do. So like, I gotta say, like, this is the old blood, but I want to say the whole Wolfenstein, Old Blood and the New Order is part of like the same game, because this is just a prequel. Even though this game's pretty long. What other game have I? See, Metro Redux is another really good game. It's very similar to this in terms of like gameplay, and story is actually really good too. But that's not even a PS4, Xbox One. Like, that shit was out on PS3 and 360, so that doesn't count. Until Dawn is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Until Dawn, The Last of Us is in PS4. That's just a remaster from the PS3 edition. So I mean, Until Dawn, Wolfenstein, and Shadow of Mordor is in there. Shadow of Mordor is actually a really good game for the new consoles. What else? I'm trying to really actually think. I'm gonna go ahead and say Batman Arkham Knight, even though that game is really not that good. It looks great and it plays great, but the story kind of sucks. So I mean, I'm gonna still say like that one you should still play. So really, you can buy PS4 now, and there's a couple of games that are like, okay, you should be playing them like now, but like anything before now, garbage. Oh, of course, Grand Theft Auto 5, and that's probably the only game. Let me say this again. That's probably the only. That's not even a PS4, Xbox One game. That's a 360, PS3. So, but the whole first-person thing is cool enough for it to be like, okay, that's completely different. But seriously, anybody who just bought a PS4, it's like probably right now a good time to buy a new console. Including myself, I just feel bad that I bought one like 6 months, a year that it came out, because there's absolutely zero like great games up until now. They got this bullshit ass Quantum Break that they've been advertising on Xbox One, I think, or I don't know if it's for PS4 also. And that thing has been advertised for so long now that it's like dying out. I'm not even interested in that game anymore, because it's like, I don't even know when that's gonna come out. And I thought it was gonna be like a day one thing, like it came with the console or something like that. So seriously, you could probably pick a console now. It'd be a good time to get one. It's really nothing good on PS4, so since I'm playing this and I'm having a really good time, I guess this is probably not the best PS4 can do, but compared to everything else that's out right now, it's really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 9 out of 10. Like seriously, a 9 out of 10, because it's really good. It has a good story. The whole like it's not like an infection or some shit like that. It's really what you would expect from like the Doom type of stuff. Like it's seriously some like excavation site, and it was a mass murder a millennia ago, and those souls are basically possessing the Nazi zombies, which is badass. I don't know why people are so afraid to like. It's ridiculous to me, honestly. I don't know why people are so afraid to like touch into the paranormal when it comes to like video games and movies. It's like they keep releasing these games. For example, Until Dawn was a really good game, but I was so disappointed when it's just a fucking dumb guy just killing people. That's ridiculous. It's like, okay, so it's not even like Jason or Freddy Krueger. Those guys are really scary because you can't kill them. That's why they're scary. They're not just some stupid people like mask on killing. That's what happens in real life. They stop them and they kill them, execute them, blah blah blah, game over. That's it. It's scarier when you can't kill something like that, when it's like out of this world, it's paranormal. So Until Dawn, they get you on this like there's a ghost and shit, and it's like her spirit or something, and then they come up with some dumb fucking thing that's just Wendigos, like some thing straight out of like Marvel comics. Oh, some Native American animal that just haunts people when they eat, like when they become cannibals. I mean, it's good enough, but I was disappointed. So this is full on like crazy hardcore demonic spirits possessing Nazi zombies. That's what you want to see when you're trying to kill some crazy stuff. Imagine if Doom just said like, oh, you know, it's a serum, and then the whole little pentagram and all that bullshit is for nothing. If you're gonna just say, oh, it's just a crazy experiment. It's like, well, then why are you putting crazy little satanic shit all over the place? You get what I'm saying? Like, what's the point of all of that if it's just gonna be some little government experiment? So this is straight up full on occult guns blazing zombie stuff, and it's badass. So pick this up. Seriously, I got this for $10 on sale. Of course, I got the actual game. So fuck all that digital bullshit. It's definitely worth its price. I would have paid honestly $50 for this, or I guess 60 is what the game price nowadays is. Good thing I didn't, but it's because I thought this was DLC. That's why I stayed away from it, because I thought this was DLC to like the New Order, and it's just a whole game by itself, prequel. I decided to play this before finishing the New Order. This shit is badass. I give it a 9 out of 10. If you have a PS4, Xbox One, and you like shooters, pick this up because this game is badass. It's not really scary. You know, there's zombies. You know, it's not like a scary game. It's just seriously badass. And this is the original. I mean, Wolfenstein is the original. You know, when it comes down to like Nazis and like that occult type stuff, Wolfenstein is the original shit. Right next to Doom. So I'm happy with this game. The ending is cool, and I hope the New Order is just as good. I was having difficulty playing that. Like, I can't stream that because I have it on PC. That's what I don't like about PC games. Every single game, and this is the reason why I'm not a PC gamer. Yes, the PC is way better than consoles if you have a good PC. I don't even have a crazy PC. I'm sorry, I don't even have a crazy PC, and my games look better than console. It's like I'm playing PS4 right now and I feel like I'm playing PS3. No lie. Because when I jump on the PC and boost the settings, I'm like, damn, this shit looks like real, like for real. It's really like crazy. But what I hate about PC is that every single fucking game, it's like a whole different world. Some games are really cool and you can mess with every single aspect of the settings and the options, and it's chill, real simple, right? But then some games you have to go in like config files, and if you don't type the right thing on the notepad, you can ruin your whole game. So I can see why a lot of people will shy away from that completely. I still mess with it just because I really enjoy the experience of that. But like for example, the New Order, I can't stream because, or it's just every single time I gotta mess with the settings. If I want to stream, I have to degrade my settings because I'm also running. It all makes sense, don't get me wrong, like duh, sure, but I just wish every single PC game was as simple to mess with the settings in terms of every single aspect of the settings as just going to options and then video, blah blah blah. And it's not like that. It seriously is not like that. No, PC is not the master race necessarily. Simplicity will always kill crazy complex settings. When you just can't, when it takes you like 30 minutes to set up to play versus just popping in the CD and then playing, it's just kind of like you prefer simplicity over all that bullshit. Okay, so pick this up. This game is tight. Honestly, probably the baddest game out on PS4 right now. I'm not gonna lie. I don't have New Order on PS4, but I want to say like the whole Wolfenstein thing is probably the most badass game I've played on the new consoles. And I praise this game a lot because this shit is a real game. Like, this is a real game. It's not like buy this little fucking gun with little points you win. I'm so sick of that. I feel like some of these games like Battlefront are just Android games, and I'm just kind of, what the fuck is this shit? Like, seriously? If I want to waste, like, if I have to wait 3 hours or like or play for 2 hours to get certain amount of points to unlock bullshit. Like, I'll just play an Android game straight up. I don't need to fucking buy a whole $300-$400 console for that type of shit. But most people are stupid. I mean, most people are just dumb, and they'll just go spend money on whatever the fuck people tell them to spend their money, because that's just the hype. So if you want to pick a game that's worth its price in its entirety, you're not going to be told, oh, buy the bonus, what's that bullshit they call, the season pass and all that garbage in its entirety, like from the beginning to end, with a shit ton of awesome Easter eggs that you will enjoy, because there's a lot of real cool stuff in here. Pick this game up right now, and it's right now you can get it for $10 on sale. So I had a blast. Seriously, probably, like I said, probably the best new generation console game out right now. So hell yeah, man. Just thanks for watching. Stop buying all that bullshit ass hype on those weak ass games that keep coming out, like Battlefront. Just stop buying that, because ultimately, and I keep saying this at the end of my videos, ultimately that's gonna destroy this industry. They're gonna keep pushing this to the point where people are gonna get fed up with it, and then nobody's gonna buy games anymore, because they're gonna be like, well, the console games are the exact same thing that I have on my phone, so why even buy that when my phone already has all of that? And it's the same thing. Like, they really need to step away from like just copying the same shit from Android and iOS type stuff. I know it makes more money, sure, it makes more money, but in the long run, if you want to keep this industry an industry and not have it be destroyed, and just, I mean, it's happened in the past, people. I mean, if you don't know your history, it's just a matter of time till it happens again. You know what I'm saying? So it's happened before, where people just get fed up with these BS games, and they just stop buying everything. So just the consoles have like a distinct line that say this is a console game and this is an Android or a little PC game. And everything that's coming out right now feels like Android and PC indie shit, and they really gotta stop doing that. Not stop releasing like indie games. I don't have anything against indie games, those are cool, but stop releasing AAA titles that have aspects of Android BS and little indie shit, because it's just kind of like ridiculous. Like, you know, I put it like this, I don't buy AAA titles like that anymore, and I'm at the point where like I can afford to pay and buy every single game, but I'm not a stupid consumer. If you want to be that stupid ass consumer that's just gonna buy whatever, then just go ahead and be that stupid person. You don't benefit from anything from that. Honestly, you really just don't benefit anything, because think about it like this: if nobody pre-ordered anything, and I'm serious, think about it, like seriously, sit the fuck down and think about it. If no one pre-ordered anything, all those guns that are already in the disc, okay, all that DLC shit that's already in the disc, the pre-order stuff, those little 2-minute missions, 5-minute missions that are already in the disc, are just gonna be for everybody, okay? But since people just keep pre-ordering and pre-ordering, you get what? You pre-order a fucking game for what? So that you get a game that's not even finished, okay, it's full of bugs and glitches, and then your little bonus is just a 2-minute mission or a little fucking a skin pack. Like, come on, let's be smarter than that. You get me? Like, seriously, let's be smarter than that shit. So this game in its entirety is a great game. No scams, no DLC, no skin bullshit. $10 right now. And when that came out, I could have easily, if I didn't had thought that this was DLC, I would have honestly bought this for its full retail price. I paid $10 for it, but like I feel like this game is worth its money. So 9 out of 10, fucking badass game. The replay value on this is just amazing. I can honestly replay this shit and I will have a good time. So it's really worth being part of my PS4 collection. And trust me, like, I don't have a lot of games on my PS4 collection. Not that I don't want to. There's games that I want to play, but they're not worth buying. They're really not worth picking up, because you can buy a game for $60 nowadays, and it's honestly like be honest to yourself, okay? The content in that game is only half of its entirety. Sometimes not even half. Sometimes just a third of its entirety. Like, oh, how come I can't be this, or how come I can't play as that? Oh, you gotta buy the Ultimate Edition. Or how come I don't have that level? Oh, you have to buy the... See, some of the games that I like to have, it's just, they're not worth their price tag. They're really not. So, you know, I just have a very small collection, because the ones that I do have are very well worth their money. And I'm happy that this is in there now. So this is definitely one to pick up and collect and have. It's a badass game. Thanks for watching, and just seriously, like, please, I know it might sound like a fucking like recorder just repeating itself. Just stop doing that, man. Like, for real, because for all you kids, you guys are missing out on so much. Seriously, like you guys are really missing out on so much content that should be given to you, like, at its regular price. But this whole pre-order shit and this whole Ultimate Edition, Gold Edition, Supreme Edition, that's just marketing, and that's just so that you pay more for less. That's really what that is. And ultimately, nobody benefits from that. Not the kid that barely has enough to buy one game, or the dude that has money to just buy every single console out there. Not one of those people, okay, not one of those gamers benefit from that type of stuff. So just please, just stop doing that shit. Alright, be a fucking smart individual. Like, seriously, think, be an intellectual, and say, you know what? This shit is gonna be $30 Game of the Year edition. Look at Shadow of Mordor. That game is badass, don't get me wrong. I got the basic ass edition. But dude, the Game of the Year edition is out now for $30. With all the DLC, $30. $30. The regular standard edition came out for what, $59.99? And I mean, they didn't push a lot of DLC, but you can get everything for $20 less, or actually $30 less, half its price that it originally sold for. Like, seriously, like, think about it. Like seriously, sit down and be a human being, because that's what makes you different than a fucking animal. You have a brain, you have a frontal lobe that makes you just think. So use it. Seriously, use it. And say, you know what, I'm gonna stop doing that shit, because in the end, in the long run, if we stop doing that type of stuff, okay, they're gonna be forced, okay, publishers, developers, whoever the fuck is in charge, they're gonna be forced to have to give us everything. Look what happened to Xbox One. Nobody bought that shit. They brought the price down, they took off the Kinect, and they did what now? You can play Xbox 360 titles on it. Why? Because everybody was mad as fuck. Because it really wasn't for gamers. It was just fucking marketing bullshit. It was just this corporate garbage that nobody really wanted, right? So what were they forced to do? They were forced to give us what we really want, what we really asked for in the beginning. So learn from that stuff, and as a community, as a whole, we can make a difference. Okay, it just takes one message at a time, and then one person to say, you know what, I can just take it easy for a little bit, and I don't necessarily have to play that. I know I'll enjoy its entirety when the Game of the Year edition comes out in a couple of months. It's always just like 3 or 2 months later that they release the game with everything. And the more people do that, the more people realize, the more people do that, and then they realize, oh shit, people are just buying these Game of the Year editions because they have everything, and they're not buying the standard ones. Okay, they're gonna be forced to just give you the Game of the Year edition, or just the entire golden edition, legendary, whatever the fuck they want to call it. They're gonna be forced to push that version of the game, the whole version of the game, for the standard price initially, instead of keep doing the same fucking thing. They only keep doing it because you dumbass people, just stupid ass consumers, just keep paying up like your money's not worth anything. You really are a retard if you think like that, honestly. Sorry, but you really are a stupid person if that's the way you think. You get me? So just stop doing that, and little by little we can bring this back to what it's supposed to be. Getting every single bang for your buck. Alright? So just saying, I'm doing my part, but I have to push this message because I hate how everything's turning into. Eventually it's just gonna crash. I'm not gonna be surprised if it just doesn't stop. I'm honestly not gonna be surprised if this if it just crashes. Nobody buys anything. Nobody buys any games. It happened in the 80s. I don't know if you know about it. I don't know if you've read about it. Nintendo saved everybody's ass back in the day because they released the NES with all these cool ass gadgets, while everybody else was releasing these shitty, crappy games with like one controller. So it's happened in the past, people. You gotta learn your history so that it doesn't repeat itself. And this goes for all the developers, whatever, publishers. Like, seriously, okay? People are not that stupid. And if you're one of those people that say, you know what, I'm not a stupid consumer, you know, you'll see it. Hopefully it reverses and we go back to how the way things used to be, where we had games like this, like Wolfenstein: The Old Blood, where it's like the whole game, okay? Not some DLC, season pass bullshit. It's just the whole game. Have a blast. This is what we worked hard for. Pay up its brand new price because it's worth it, you know? And have your copy if you ever want to let your buddy borrow it. I don't know why they want to go all digital and shit. I can let my brother borrow this. I can let my friend borrow this. If they like it, they'll buy their own copy, okay? If they never borrow it from somebody, that's just them being like, oh, well then I'm just never going to buy it because I'm not even that interested enough. I don't see how you guys don't benefit from like this. I know it's maybe more expensive to produce it, but outside things, aspects that happen contribute to more sales. You get me? If I have a copy of I did. This actually did happen. I had GTA 5. It's actually in here. GTA 5 when I got my PS4. Remember it was GTA 5 with The Last of Us for PS4? My buddy, okay, and this is straight up for real, I'm being honest. He hated GTA 5. He said those games are just for just, you know, it's just all violence. All you do is kill people in that game. I don't like playing that shit. I told him, dude, this one is so different. Nope, not interested. Please don't talk to me about it. And I said, dude, just borrow this one. He got his PS4. I let him borrow GTA 5. He realized that you can do so much. You can race. You can ride your bikes. You can do marathons. Dude, GTA 5 is a lot of fun. And you don't necessarily have to be killing people all the time. And he loved it. He seriously loved the game because I let him borrow it. Otherwise, he would have never came close. Even if it would have been on sale, he would have never came close to buying GTA 5. Alright, I let him borrow the game, and that allowed him to say, hey, it didn't cost me anything to borrow it, so let me play it. He loved it, and then he bought himself a copy. You get what I'm saying? So there's a benefit to publishers, developers, whatever, producers, to having these type of copies. You know, if I would have had a digital copy, there's no way I would have been like, just try it out, just see if you like it, because it's digital. It's just on my console. And don't give me all that, oh, you can do that. No, I don't give a fuck. I can, like that. like that. You see how fast that sounds? Here you go, dude. Bring it back when you in a week. Gives it back to me. He went to go buy his own copy. I don't see how you're not benefiting from that at all. So this is just my message at the end of a lot of my videos, because I hate seeing this industry like being turned into like some corporate just greed money box, like money machine. Yeah, just give them shit and get all the money for it. I hate that. I hate how it's turning into. I feel like, honestly, I feel like the people that used to make video games, like in the past generation consoles, were people who grew up playing video games and then, you know, like made video games. You get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like from 360, PS3, Wii, and before, I feel like the people who ran that industry were people who grew up playing video games. They loved it. It was their passion, and they made video games. Like that one guy, Ed Boon from Mortal Kombat. You get me? He played video games, so he made Mortal Kombat. Or like, there's people who played Mortal Kombat and then, you know, made the future Mortal Kombats like Armageddon, Deadly Alliance type games. And now I feel like the people that are working in this industry are just corporate people. I feel like they're the people with like crazy good ass business resumes. Like, they have really good resumes, but it's all business. Like, it's all business. And I feel like those are the people that are running this industry now. And that's the reason why there's real shitty ass, and I'm being like to the word, real shitty ass, like crappy ass content and games are coming out. Because they're not people who used to play games. They're people who are just, let's see how much profit we can make. Okay? So it's just kind of like all about profit now. It's just not even about the fun aspect. I was watching a Xbox Microsoft convention or some shit on the Xbox One, and I mean, sure, you gotta be professional and everything, but literally the lady that was talking on the microphone was like, she looked great, right? Professional, whatever. Yeah, you know, are you guys excited for this? Like, you can see her speaking and honestly be like, this lady has never played, has never even touched a controller in her life. She doesn't know shit about games. All she's trying to do is sell us a product. That's her job. What's your job? My job is to sell you a product. See, she's not passionate about games. She's just passionate about making money. And those are the people that are running this industry. Okay? And it's not their fault. They're doing their job from like their approach, their perspective. That's how they approach. It's okay. I'm not saying that's bad or anything. But see, the people that used to run this industry, what I feel, are those people who grew up playing video games, who were passionate about video games, and they would give us great titles, you know. So we gotta send these corporate people a message and tell them, look, we don't mind you running that, you know, Microsoft or Sony or Nintendo, or whatever. We don't mind. It's not that. It's not that we don't like you or something like that. It's just, seriously, we're not, like, we're gamers, you know. We want to have fun. We don't want to feel like we're being cheated for our money either. We're not stupid. So we gotta send them a message. You get what I'm saying? It's the same thing that happened with what's that one game, Mass Effect 3. Remember Mass Effect 3? It might differ from what I'm talking about a little bit, but it still sends a message. People just hated the ending of Mass Effect 3. They really did. And everybody, the whole community had an outburst. And what happened? They changed the ending, right? Because they had to. Because everybody was just mad as fuck. So you can always do that. You know, we as a community, every single person can put a little effort, okay, a little bit of sacrifice. Sure, I'm not gonna pick up this standard ass $60 game. I'm just gonna wait for the half price gold edition and get more from my buck. So just if it's just that tiny little sacrifice you're gonna do, please do it, so that at the end of the day everyone, including yourself, will have a better quality, okay, and quantity content in terms of the games that are being pushed, okay? Because honestly, all the games that are on my PS4 right now, most of them are indie, and I'm just kind of like, what the fuck? Like, what is up with that? You know, I don't know, but just I keep pushing this, man, because I'm really sad where this is going, and if it keeps going like this will probably be the last generations of consoles that I fuck with, honestly. And I'm being straight up. I have no intention of stopping to like play video games. But if that is what they're pushing, that's what they keep doing, I don't have a problem just saying no. I'm gonna keep my money in my wallet, and sure, if you make a shit ton of money from stupid ass consumers, that's fine. But you know what? I'm not gonna be a part of that. Unfortunately, that means I'm not gonna be buying more consoles or future consoles. But shit, trust me. I wish you could see my room, but I got a shit ton of games, consoles, retro, whatever you want to call it. Like, I'm the dude that buys everything. You get me? Eventually. But if they keep pushing this ridiculous business type mentality instead of like game mentality, I will just stop. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. I'm sure there's a ton of smart people. There's a ton of intellectuals out there that, they're very conservative with their wallets. And they'll say, you know what, this isn't worth its price. This isn't worth its money. And they'll just stop buying games. So, like I said, it's happened before in the 80s. And this whole fucking market crashed. The industry sucked. Everything in that time just went to hell. You don't know where's Atari? Where's Atari? Where's Sega? See? I mean, trust me, Sega was huge. Okay? Sega was enormous. And where are they now? Atari, it was huge. Where are they now? I'm talking to you, Microsoft. I'm talking to you, Sony. I'm being dead honest. And I'm talking about the game aspect. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Microsoft in its entirety. I'm talking about the whole game aspect. They're companies, don't get me, that do their own thing. Sony sells TVs, all that good shit. What I'm saying is that the whole game aspect of it, just look at the past to what's happened to those enormous companies that got too greedy with their money and didn't innovate because everything was just lame and okay. The money kept coming, and it just led to their demise. Okay? And they don't exist anymore. And trust me, that shit can happen again if you do the same things over and over again. People are not that stupid. People will stop buying garbage ass games. So EA, just stop making stupid, crappy games. If you have a license on one of the most prestigious franchises of all time, and all you had to do was copy the last two games that they released, Battlefront 1 and 2, and just update the graphics on it. I don't know why you had to put something out that's just ridiculous. I feel like I'm playing freaking Billionaire from my Android store. Like, it's just stupid. I could only throw one grenade. Seriously, I gotta wait for my grenade to load. Like, that type of shit is just ridiculous to me. And all I'm saying is, it'll happen again if you don't stop doing stupid shit like that. Trust me. Okay? Just trust me. It'll happen again. So this game, Wolfenstein, is one of the very few games. Saying that, Wolfenstein is honestly one of the very few games out right now that is worth its price. It's a shit ton of fun. It's badass. It's crazy good. And there's no gimmicks. It's plain and simple. The game isn't broken. The game is perfectly fixed. There are no gimmicks. Okay, you don't get, you have to wait till a DLC to see what happens next. Fuck all that bullshit. Okay, if you want a game that's gonna give you every single aspect of what gaming means, pick Wolfenstein up. I'm not giving it a full 10 out of 10 just because, let me tell you why. I want to say it's the controls. Sometimes they were a little bit like but that's really it. Like, especially the gun selection, you know, you gotta hold it in with a. Sometimes it doesn't. It got annoying because I died a lot of times because of that. Okay, so that's the only reason why I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. It's not for a game to have a whole 10 out of 10 for me, because I know for like mainstream media, every single new hyped out game is 10 out of 10 now. Every single fucking game is just 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, or 9.5 out of 10. The best game ever. It's like movies. The best movie of the year. The best movie. It's just what it's turning into. So like, for a game to have 10 out of 10, it has to be honestly like the whole amazing full experience, you know, like probably maybe they would have added some real cool like online stuff, maybe, like then you would have really had like just everything in one game. So that's the reason why I'm not giving it the whole 10. And okay, there you go, one more thing, I'm not giving it the 10 out of 10 because of this bullshit right here. Look, because this is why, because of this. The game is awesome, don't get me wrong, but see the game? Like, there's no manual. Like, there's no cool, like, real cool shit. It's just like every game's coming out like that. I'm not happy with that. I feel that's lazy. Like, I feel like that's a lazy product. You know, like you almost have the whole thing. Why not just throw in some really cool art? You know, some real cool manual work on it. Like, those things are awesome. You know, a lot of people pay, not a shit ton of money, but like, you know, a good amount for manuals sometimes, because the manuals are a big thing in the older games. Now they don't even make them anymore. They just throw these little fucking papers to advertise their other games so that you buy those. It's cheap. To me, that's just cheap. To me, I feel like the game is great. I don't know why they didn't take out a manual, because it would have been perfect. It would have been perfect, honestly. So, yeah. Pretty much. This is fun. So, thanks for watching. I hope you really understand, and I hope you really sit down and think for a little bit before you just buy the newest hyped up game. Remember, that's just a marketing strategy, okay? That's just something that they used so that you wanted more. Oh shit, the hype. It is not real. The hype is not that big. Not everyone loves Star Wars. You get me? Not everyone loves Batman. So when they hype this shit up, it's only so that you be like, oh, I gotta have it. I gotta pay full price for a third of the game. I gotta pre-order so I get a 2-minute mission. Really? Seriously? Wake the fuck up. Wake up and think for a little bit. Alright? Be a human being. Use your fucking brain and stop just slobbering over this shit. Okay? But a perfect example of what is a good game is Wolfenstein: The Old Blood. So pick it up. 9 out of 10 is my final rating for this game. It's badass. Really good. Peace, my friends.